Hi everyone, Antoinette here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 5 signs to look for to know that you may be talking too much. Now this video isn't just for extroverts who like to talk. This is also for those of us who are introverts or those of us who are ambiverts that also find ourselves sometimes wondering, am I talking too much? There is a difference between being talkative and talking too much. The first sign that you may be talking too much is by the length of time that you're talking. According to social scientists, if somebody's talking for more than 30 to 40 seconds, then it's probably too long. Now, when you're talking to somebody, you don't have a timer. You don't know how much time has passed that you've been talking, but start practicing this. For instance, if you're talking on the phone with somebody, start timing yourself from the beginning that you start talking until the other person talks. How many seconds or how many minutes have gone by until the other person starts speaking back or you've asked them a question? Now, of course, there's exceptions to the rule. Maybe you're telling this story that lasts longer than 30 to 40 seconds, but you know that it is a very engaging story. But keep in mind, even with stories, there's probably a lot of details that you can leave out. I was guilty of this just yesterday when I was sharing a story with my husband, and I realized that the story was going on way too long because I got into way too many details. The second sign that you may be talking too much is when you look at the other person and you're starting to notice some shifts in their body language. Maybe they were making great eye contact with you at one point, and all at once they start breaking eye contact with you. They start looking away or they start looking down at something else. Maybe they're distracted, but it could be you're talking too much. In addition to eye contact, look for shifts in their body language. Look for, are they starting to rub the back of their neck? Are they starting to shift a little bit, whether they're standing or sitting? It may be because they're feeling a little bit impatient and uncomfortable because you're talking too much. Now, even if you're not sure if these shifts in body language or these breaks in eye contact are because you're talking too much, that will be a good sign either way for you to ask them a question or for you to comment on something about themselves to get them talking. Or sometimes that might be the good point to end the conversation. Which leads to point number 3. And if you're liking this video, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel for more videos on confidence, communication, and around introverts. Number 3 is going to be a telltale sign if you are standing with the other person. And that is if you notice that the person's feet are pointed away from you, or if at least one foot is pointed away from you, and you can tell this by just glancing down, that really means that the other person is ready to end the conversation. Either they have to go off somewhere or they want to leave the conversation. And I did a video that went more into the details of the foot pointing away. So be sure and check that out above and in the description below. Because the last thing you want to do is hold somebody hostage and continue talking when it's obvious through their body language that they are ready to end the conversation. The fourth sign that you're talking too much is if you are interrupting the other person. I am so guilty on this. I have been working on this for the longest time, and I'm still guilty of it. When you are interrupting someone, then you are talking too much because somebody else is trying to say something, but you continue on talking. The best thing to do in this situation is to just start being upfront. Start training yourself by saying, I'm sorry I interrupted you, and let the other person speak. I once heard it said that when you interrupt other people, you're verbally stepping on their toes, which is never a nice thing to do. And the fifth sign to know that you're talking too much is by evaluating the conversation afterwards and think, how much did I really hear from the other person versus how much was I just talking at them and trying to either entertain them or impress them or inform them? How much did I really hear from them? Once you start evaluating your conversations, but taking some quiet time to actually do that following your conversations, then you'll be better able to know if you are indeed talking too much.